Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Monday, the 19th of August, 2024. In today's Millwall news, we have this, which is from Football Insider, but they're not the worst of the clickbait sites, but this is from Football Insider 247.com. They do sometimes get it right. And they have a story now linking us with a new name, a new player, an exclusive, if you will. Millwall and Standard Liège make moves to sign Rocky Bushiri. Millwall and Standard Liège, they're a Belgian team, are among a number of clubs who have registered their interest in signing Hibernian defender Rocky Bushiri, sources have told Football Insider. The 24-year-old is in the final year of his contract, is one of the highest earners at Hibs, and due to that contract situation, a central defender could be available for a cut price fee in the region of £250,000. Mill have been monitoring the former Norwich men as they look to bolster their defensive options, while Standard Liège are keen to bring the former Belgium under-21 international back to his homeland. Bushiri has yet to feature for Hibernian in the Scottish Premiership this season, being an unused substitute in both games. So he's one of the highest earners at the club and he can't even get in the team. Yeah, let's sign him for Millwall. Fantastic. Unless he's got some kind of appearance bonus that they can't afford. Maybe that's the situation, I don't know. The central defender has typically been a regular feature in the Hibernians team since he joined the club, making 73 appearances in all competitions for the club. Bushiri has previously played in England, but he's never featured in the Championship, which Millwall are looking to change. His opportunities came in League One, where he made 4 appearances for Blackpool, but he has played in the Jupiler Pro League in Belgium. The Londoners will hope to convince Bushiri to make the move to England instead of returning to Belgium once again. And then they talk about the Daniel Kelly signing. I hope this isn't true, because this guy doesn't seem to be any good at all. Now, why may it be true? Because what is the club involved? It's Hibernian. So they want to buy or bring Kevin Nisbet back, apparently. But obviously they're not going to give us the money that we paid for him. Are they going to give us any money at all? So maybe, if they don't have the money, they put up some money, and then, although they'll put up the money on paper, but it's conditional on us buying this player. So they give us $1 million, but we then give them 250k back for this player. Although, so that technically means we have got $1 million back for Nisbet, but realistically it's only 750k. But on paper it's $1 million. It's one of those weird deals. This guy is absolute dog shit. Why are we signing another central defender? This makes no sense. If this deal gets done, then Steve Gallen should be fired. Now, obviously, maybe they're trying to get rid of Kevin Nisbet, trying to find a way out for him, and there isn't really one on the table. But this ain't it, bruv. This ain't it. I would rather I don't know how long Kevin Nisbet has on his contract, but just loan him out. Just loan him out and get as much money from the wages as you can. So there you go. Because obviously, if he's in the last year of his contract, you loan him out. That's unfortunate because then his contract runs out. But if he's got more than 1 year, so if you loan him out and he has an absolutely blinding season, then you can sell him because he's put himself in the shop window with his performance, which he's not going to do at Millwall apparently. So there you go. But yeah, this Rocky Bushiri is not good at all. So yeah. In terms, I was looking through the Hibernian. So if this is the situation where we're trying to get $1 million on paper for Kevin Nisbet, but realistically we're going to buy one of their players. Looking through the Hibernian team, there's not really that much in there, to be honest. There's a geezer called Liam Miller. He's Australian, I think, and there is a player called Harry McCurdy. Now, Oh, is that the guy who was at Swindon and was absolutely outstanding, and then for some reason he decided to go to Hibernian? Yeah, so I looked into him and thinking, oh, maybe the reason he's not doing much in Scotland is because obviously he hasn't scored for Hibernian yet. He scored 22 goals for Swindon in a season and hasn't scored a single goal for Hibernian yet. I was looking into him. He has had heart surgery in 2023. So coming back from that, he hasn't come back yet, and he may not come back at all. Having heart surgery as a football player, you imagine you've got to come back from that to be an elite athlete. Yeah, that's. I wonder if he'll ever play again. But yeah, looking for the Hibernian team, very slim pickings, if I'm honest. So, yeah, hopefully, we don't sign this Rocky Bushiri. But I mean, if this is the deals that they're trying to do, I mean, fucking hell, what's going on, man? What is going on? And then why, if he's a central defender coming in, who's leaving? Harding is leaving. Because who else is good? Mitchell's already left. You re-signed Hutch for some reason. Harding's still here. You got Cooper and you got Tanganga. What do we need another central defender for? Just absolutely bizarre stuff going on at the club. Now we've got some more post-match comments. This is from the southernnews.co.uk. Harris can't fault commitment from Lions. Millwall manager now. He's got a promotion. Millwall manager Neil Harris says he can't question the effort his players are putting in at the moment while he looks to boost the ranks. A combination of injuries and suspensions to key personnel means that Harris has limited options at his disposal right now. The Lions board and recruitment team are searching hard to get new players in as the boss assesses a mixed opening week to the campaign. Millwall fought back from 2-0 down in the last game at Bristol City to lead 3-2, only to eventually go down 4-3. Asked Ashton Gate, the directors are on the same page as Harris when it comes to reinforcements. He said, "Oh yes, definitely. But it is important I highlight it to the fan base that they understand I know and I support my changing room. My changing room, they give me everything. It has done in the 3 games this week, and it's it's a tough first week. It's an unforgiving first week to go away to Bristol City, to go away to Portsmouth midweek and another Championship team, and Watford at home last week. It's a tough when you've got a limited squad. So it is important the players know that they got my full support in that." And like I said, the starting 11 has gone again today, so I'm proud of them for everything for 77 minutes. Romain Esse is 19 years old, and he scored again. There are so many positives to take, but it's important that I support my players, and they know that I know that they need some help. Millwall may well have lost their first 2 Championship fixtures in between winning 1-0 in the Cup at Portsmouth, but Harris is not getting alarmed just yet. He explained, "I think I'm just way too experienced to panic after 2 games. I think what the fans will be delighted with is the attacking intent we've shown in 3 games. We beat Portsmouth the other night quite comfortably. I know it was only 1-0, but our attacking intent has seen us score 6 goals in a week, 5 goals in 2 league games. And we have to make sure we get to the balance between the two, between being attack-minded and having that flair that I want in the team, but also the defensive solidarity we had last year to be a good team, a good defensive unit. At the moment, it's not so much not being a good unit, it's individual errors that have cost us." Indeed, and will we see changes next week? Because if there are individual errors, then there need to be changes of those individuals. Saville? Now, also this post-match from one of the players, George Saville. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is the South London Press's website address. "We need to do the basics better. Millwall midfielder reacts to the goals conceded at the start of the Championship campaign. George Saville has talked about Millwall doing the basics better after Saturday's 4-3 defeat at Bristol City. The Lions have lost their opening 2 championship matches and shipped 3 goals in their opening day reverse at the hands of Watford at the 10. Millwall fought back from 2-0 down at Ashton Gate to lead 3-2 with Romain SA, Tom Bradshaw and Duncan Watmore on target in the second half. But City substitutes Fale Mayulu and Scott Twiner transferred target for the Lions before he moved from MK to Burnley, turned the contest around once more. It means the South Londoners have conceded 7 goals in 2 matches with a defensively sound display in their EFL Cup when the Ports have sandwiched in between. Saville told Millwall TV after the City loss, as a Millwall team, it's unacceptable to be conceding goals like that. We base ourselves off of being hard to beat and disciplined. Being strong and aggressive, individual errors are going to cost us at this level. We fought back, but we can't keep giving teams head starts when they're not playing any better than us, and we're just gifting goals. We need to do the basics better. It's about rolling our sleeves up. There have been some positive bits. There have been some really good football. We've created a lot of chances and we're scoring goals. And maybe last season we were creating less and just grinding results out. Asked about the lack of defensive tightness in the 2 championship fixtures, Saville said, "I feel we're not as aggressive as we should be in our box. We're a little bit hesitant in a few areas, but collectively, all over the park, if we let them get in certain areas, many times they're going to keep putting the ball in the box, and you're going to have to possibly make a mistake." So there you go. Now we move on to this news of the Cup game, the one ray of light this season, the Carabao Cup. Who would have had that down at the start of the season? The Carabao Cup win a second round. Can you believe it? And we got Leyton Orient at home, hopefully. I mean, the way it's going, if we lose that game, it could be, knives out. But I would hope that we could win that game. So Millwall welcome Leyton Orient to the Den in the Carabao Cup second round, and it's on Tuesday. Tuesday, the 27th of August, kickoff at 7:45 p.m. Tickets are on general sale now. Season ticket holders' seats are priced at £10 for adults, £7 over 64, £7 for 18 to 21s, and £3 for under 18s. Any extra tickets are purchased at £15, so season ticket discount. I think they're trying to encourage season ticket holders to go, because obviously this is an extra game on top of your season ticket, and it usually means that people don't turn up. So even though they are doing a discount, unfortunately, the Barry Kitchener stand, so the West stand, will only be open for this fixture. So they're not really expecting that big of a crowd, because they've only got the West open. So, and what's the capacity for that? About 6k. Season ticket holders in the Barry Kitchener stands will have up to 11 a.m. on Wednesday, the 21st of August, to claim their usual seat. And tickets in block 27, 28, 29, 30, they are the ones lower that are close to the away fans. To anyone who has an account on ticket system only, no general sales. Good boys and girls only. None of you ruffians. So yeah, that's that. That's it's literally in a week's time. So yeah, there you go. No rest for the wicked. Now, here we go again. I mean, this has been mentioned over and over and over and over again, and it's kind of like flogging a dead horse at this point. It's like, oh my God, it's already dead. Like, stop hitting it. Again from the South London Press. Millwall boss reckons at least 3 signings. The magical just more 3 signings be needed before transfer window closes. So is that an +3, or if Kevin Nisbet goes and Wes Harding goes, and we bring in 3 people, that's a net plus of 1. You know what I mean? So that's literally like 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. Millwall head coach Neil Harris says that the Championship side need at least 3 signings before the end of the summer transfer window. Former Charlton director, and it is dated today. Like this, we've had this story like 2 times a week for the past month. but it is dated today. Former Charlton Director of Football Steve Gallen has been brought in to lead the Lions' recruitment. However, it has proven to be a tough process so far, with just 4 new summer arrivals. Harris was asked after Saturday's 4-3 defeat in Bristol City if he and the club's board were on the same page over the need to add further to the Millwall playing squad. "Oh yes, definitely," said Harris. "It's important to highlight to my fan base. It's important they know I support my changing room." This is the same. That's the same quote as we just read. But then, asked where he feels that his squad needs strengthening and the potential number of required new faces, Harris said, "We need top end of the pitch. We're at least 2 players short at the top end of the pitch and in midfield. And when you're missing someone like Billy Mitchell and you're asking George Saville and Casper Denor to cover the distances they need some help. So I'll say at least 3. Well, we do have Alfie Massey, who did pretty well against Portsmouth. Despite the Lions boss wanting to add to the top end of the pitch, his side have netted 5 times in 2 league games. The fans will be delighted with the attacking intent we've shown in 3 games, said Harris. We've scored 6 goals in a week and scored 5 goals in 2 league games. And then there's a quote that I've just read as well. So there was a little bit extra on that one, but basically the same. By the way, I don't genuinely read these. I just read the headlines and then I read them live to you. Now, moving on to this. Now, Matt Smith was recently on Gary Rowett's podcast, Breaking Lines it's called, and he mentioned he's not sure what he's going to do, and he had 7 offers, and I'm pretty sure one of them may have been from Neil Harrison Millwall, because he was like the top scorer in League 2. He was still a decent footballer in a way. As a target man, we know they're not the quickest, but they do a job. So he's actually retired. This is from bbc.co.uk. Veteran striker Smith calls time on playing career. And I think they've changed the headline, because before it used to say former Oldham and, was it Leeds or someone? QPR. No, Leeds, yeah. Former Oldham and Leeds player. So they changed the headline, probably because they got getting stick. Veteran striker Smith calls time on playing career. So yeah, he's retired. He entered the professional game late at 22 and went on to score 139 goals with Oldham, Macclesfield Town, Leeds United, Fulham, Bristol City, Queen's Park Rangers, Millwall and Salford City. Among his highlights reel were 2 goals scored against Liverpool, which helped third-tier Oldham knock the Anfield Giants out in the 4th round of the FA Cup in 2013. Smith said he made the decision with a heavy heart, but that his playing career had filled him with pride. Smith, the son-in-law of former Newcastle manager Steve Bruce, scored 24 goals for Salford City in League 2 last season and is retiring despite having offers to continue playing. It's with a heavy heart that I announced my retirement after over 600 games as a player at almost every level of the English Premier League, he said on social media. To enter the professional game so late at the age of 22 was really a dream come true. In truth, I never ever thought imaginable, which is weird because his dad was a professional footballer, Ian Smith. 14 seasons, 527 games and nearly 150 goals across the entire EFL for some truly incredible and historic clubs is a feat that leaves me filled with pride. So he goes, going out on a high, scored 24 goals in League 2 last season. And you think we've just signed a player who scored a hell of a lot of goals in League 2 last season, and he's not playing either. So there you go. Now, reminder. This is from millfc.co.uk. In 13 hours, 28 minutes and 10 seconds time, Millwall U21s will be kicking off against Coventry away at Coventry. I believe that's behind closed doors, so you can't go to it. But I imagine there'll be live tweets, and obviously in tomorrow's video I'll let you know how the team got on. Obviously it'd be interesting to see who plays in that. The new guy, Celestine Charles, if he plays, other players that we may be interested in, if they've still got any trialists going. We'll wait and see on that. So now we're going to finish by looking at a bit of bureaucracy. So it might be a bit dry and a bit boring, but here we go. So, the new training ground that hasn't even been started yet. But what has been started is the conditions that were attached to that application that has been approved and need to be undertaken. So details of the community benefit plan and economic development strategy with respect to Schedule 1 Clause 2 and Schedule 2 Clause 1 of the S106 legal agreement for application for the training academy facility for the following year. Okay, and this was, it says it was received on the 23rd of July, but I think they've just put it up because the consultations end on the 21st of August. It's not public consultation. They've sent to Mill have sent them some stuff, and they've sent the stuff out to, I think, the parish council, district council, and some other council, and they need to get back saying, oh yeah, that's fine, it's all good and dandy. So we're gonna have a look, because this is the dry bit. This is the interesting bit, in my opinion. So what happened was, if you don't know, I'll catch you up. Part of the conditions of getting the training ground was Millwall had to do all of this extra stuff, charity work and stuff, around West Kingsdown and various nearby parts of Kent that may be a bit probably underprivileged in a way, like places like Swanley, etc. And try and do some stuff, help the kids out. Obviously, nearby there was a year ago some kids they killed some old geezer that was on fishing on the lake there. They're throwing stones at them, like, you know what I mean. So childhood mischief like that, like that's fucking grim. So you think like it's only in the cities that these things are happening. Like there's scummy people with in the countryside as well, in the villages or whatever. And if you can get them entertained, kicking the ball around and not throwing stones at old people, and killing them and murdering them, that's a hell of a lot better. So what we've got on the left hand side, so this is the plan, Millwall Community Trust, because even though it's Millwall, it's run through Millwall's charity, Millwall Community Trust, because it's a charity, it's a legal charity, they can get funding, and it also doesn't account obviously towards Millwall's expenditure in terms of running the club, which then affects financial fair play and all that stuff. So it's all done through the charity, which is a separate entity. And it's the community benefits plan from January 2023 to June 2024, so a whole year and a bit. So, and this is just from the quarter ending 31st of March 2024. So the left-hand side is the things that they said they were going to do, and the right-hand side is if they did it and what they did. So to form a management board to oversee the plan, the board consists of 2 MCT staff, trustees, and 2 club staff. Meetings are held quarterly. So 2 people from Mill Community Trust and 2 people from Millwall. To appoint the MCT officer responsible for the benefit plan. So yeah, they were advertising for this role. I mentioned this. They're looking for a Sevenoaks community officer. Current role is being delivered by existing officers. Full and part-time staff advert has gone out with a full-time officer with a partnership with Kent Cricket Club. So they've kind of tried to get Kent Cricket Club in to kind of I think maybe make it a more appealing job. Meetings taking place with all local schools to explain what MCT can do. All schools have been contacted in the local area with offer of provision. So email, I would assume, you would think. That's what that sounds like. That's not really a meeting, is it? Not really a meeting. I guess you could send them an email and then offer them a meeting, and it's up to them to accept it. You can't just barge in and say, I demand to see the headmaster. Giveaways being offered to schools and local organisations in terms of shirts and footballs for fundraising, so for charity draws and raffles, etc. This has happened at various schools with shirts and tickets giveaways during the recorded period. Matchday tickets being given to schools for families and students. Yeah, they do this locally as well. You may have seen the kids turning up, usually to probably the Category C games that you see. So this was action during the 23-24 season via the Cupboard Food Bank. This will again be action for season 24-25. MCT also delivered free of charge holiday camps in the summer 23. Free tickets were given to participants who attended these courses. So they have these courses, sports courses, camps, sport camps, and they were giving free tickets to the kids who live in West Kingsdown, Sevenoaks, Swanley, nearby areas. So you're basically giving them a bill for a train ticket to come into London to watch the game, I guess. Mentoring program in progress across Sevenoaks, with one young person now studying construction at college. The trust has continued to work with young people in Sevenoaks, blah blah blah. Presentations have taken place at Swanley Youth Club for young people around the power of sport. And they said they'd done that. Meetings taking place with local football clubs to provide advice and support. Ongoing action, so haven't really done that. Estate football leagues commencing in February 23 at 4 venues. Swanley, Edenbridge, New Hash Green and Longfield. These estate leagues have continued for the last year with a great impact number of engagements, 300 per week. Over 4 different venues. These estate leagues have been funded by Sevenoaks Council and local parish councils. So again, Millwall doing the work, but they're being paid for the work by the local councils. Conclude negotiations with the Football Foundation and Kent FA to secure 800k of funding for the reconstruction of Gamecock Meadow in West Kingsdown. Additional work with the West Kingsdown Parish Council to assist in the production of a business plan to assist in raising the balance of funding. I have no idea what Gamecock Meadow is. I assume it's probably some kind of park where they have probably some kind of sports stuff in it, like goals and etc. Meetings were held with West Kingsdown Parish Council, Kent FA and Football Foundation. The Parish Council were not able to secure the match funding for the proposed development. MCT are now in discussion with London Golf Club for a possible AstroTurf at the site. Target families use the Cupboard Food Bank to offer free match tickets for EFL Championship matches. An offer has been made via whatever that is, at the Cupboard. I guess that's someone who works there, V. And various families have taken up this offer. This will continue for season 24-25. Again, this is bizarre for me personally. So you're giving free tickets to people who are too poor that they have to go to a food bank, but then you're expecting them to travel all the way from Kent to the Den, which the tickets, to be honest, I think they're like 10 quid last time I checked. That's just for an adult, so I would imagine. So if you're after some match tickets for a decent price, if you go into the pubs around West Kingsdown or get some contacts at the Cupboard, I'd imagine you might be able to buy those tickets over those people, given them for free for maybe like 20-25 quid. Because that's what's happened before. That used to happen. You see youths outside the ticket office trying to sell tickets that they got for free. Working in conjunction with the police and community groups to identify antisocial behaviour hotspots in Sevenoaks and initiate intervention programmes, including setting up targeted estate leagues. Well, they've just done that. Establish a Sevenoaks mentoring steering group. They've done that. Contact EFL and Premier League to secure funding for the Joy of Moving programme. MCT will deliver positive youth engagement programme. So MCT has spoken to the EFL about the possibility of funding programmes in Sevenoaks, and these are ongoing discussions, but MCT has managed to obtain funding from the EFL and Kellogg's of the cereals to deliver free of charge holiday camps for summer 2024 at 9 venues within the district. Organise free half holiday camps, whatever that is, in the school holidays to provide sporting activities and food. So food for children on free school meals. MCT was successful with funding application to deliver 4 weeks of free of charge holiday camp provisions in 4 target areas, namely Edenbridge, New Ash Green, Swanley and West Kingsdown during summer 2023. It's proved to be very successful with all camps fully booked. On the back of this, we will now be running free of charge at 9 venues. So it's gone up from 4 to 9 during summer 2024 with that funding from Kellogg's. So if you're buying the cereal, this is what the money's going towards. They're pumping some money back into the MCT. Organise walking sports sessions for 45-year-olds. That has not been done. Introduce the Lions Living Project to speak to schools about a September launch on climate change, nature loss. What? Schools have the power to address these environmental issues with eco-education programs, with pupils and parents making schools planet-friendly. What? What has that got to do with a football club and a football club charity? Can't you get fucking Greenpeace in for that, I was saying? No project has been developed. Yeah. Of course. That's just bizarre. Millwall FC to donate free matchday tickets. Yeah, we've seen that. They are doing that. MCT to support local football clubs with coaching sessions, mentoring coaches, support with application, bid writing, etc. MCT will set up a local football club steering group that will meet quarterly and discuss football matters in the Sevenoaks district. A link with Kent FA has supported MCT with the recruitment of local casual staff to work on Sevenoaks sessions. And it goes on and on and on. So you can see one there about ongoing, like health stuff with the NHS ongoing. So haven't really done anything there. About sports sessions in schools, about doing PE in primary schools. Because obviously primary schools don't have PE teachers, do they? They just have. Do they? I don't know. What do they do? I don't remember. I'm too old. I think they just run around, don't they? But yeah, it says it's been offered. So all of this stuff's been offered to the schools, but the schools haven't taken them up on it for some reason. Don't know why. So Millwall FC will donate free match day tickets to the local community to Millwall FC games at the stadium, ongoing for season 24-25. Of course, so obviously, as well as having MCT being a charity, Mill will donate free match day tickets to the charity, and then they can write that off as some kind of tax exempt thing or whatever as a donation to charity. And then those people just go to the game and then probably buy a pint or two. So there you go. Charity, everyone. MCT will support local football clubs with coaching sessions, mentoring coaches, support with application fund writing, etc. The link with Kent FA has helped support this action with mentoring coaches and club. We have developed a joint plan for the season 24-25 to support clubs and coaches. So yeah, there you go. So if you wanted to check this out yourself, I forgot to tell you, so you go to Sevenoaks District Council, planning applications, comment on planning application. If you type in TN15 6AY, which is easy to remember if you say tennis gay. TN is gay. Tennis is gay. So yeah, interesting. Obviously, this is firmly in Kent. He's not on the South East London Kent border. This is in Kent, and lots of mentions of the Kent FA. Obviously, we're not at West Kingsdown yet in the training ground, but it would be interesting to see if Mill do put a team into the Kent FA Cup. I know there are various clubs that do. Bromley and Gillingham are in it this year, I think. Charlton have been in the past. Obviously, it's not going to be a full first team squad. It's going to be the under-21s. But it would be nice to see, obviously, especially to those who live out in Kent, especially if maybe, obviously, where the games get played. Will they get played at the Den? Maybe we could play them at Fisher's Ground, or maybe we just say as an advantage, like, we'll play all our games away. So whoever we get drawn against, we'll play an away game, and then, that's maybe why they don't want us to league, because then the fans would go. So you imagine you go to Faversham, Chatham, wherever, all the Maidstone. All these various clubs, Dover, in Kent, and have a jolly old time. But I imagine that's probably why we're not in it now. So that's what's happened thus far, and here we have a more graphical version of what's to come. This is the Millwall Community Trust Sevenoaks Community Benefits Plan for July 2024 to June 2025. So it's basically, I think, just the same old stuff that they're doing. They says they're still looking for the community development officer. I don't know. Did anybody apply for the job? Don't know. This is the thing that I found these days. When you put a job online, you would think, oh, it reaches a lot of people, but people don't know about the website, especially in the countryside, which West Kingsdown kind of is, that it would be probably in your best interest to literally go out into West Kingsdown and put a notice on a telephone pole, and you would get more attention, especially if you're trying to get someone from the local area to work there, rather than just putting a job advert online. I think the internet is kind of overrated in terms of doing things on a local level. I think still, like, face-to-face things have been boards in like butchers and the post office and stuff, like you have a notice board, whatever. That kind of thing cuts more mustard in terms of local situation, rather than this massive megalopolis of London, where you can put a job advert online and people will see it if it's a job in London. But these little places, like, that's not really how it works. Now this is interesting. As a stakeholder in the sporting corridor, whatever that means, I think this is like what they're trying to do, because obviously they're trying to come up with a dopey branding name for the area, because you've got Brands Hatch, you're going to have Millwall's training ground, and you've got a golf club over the other way. So these are all literally right next door to each other. So as a stakeholder in the sporting corridor, the MCT is working closely with the London Golf Club on the proposed Sports Turf Academy in West Kingsdown, which forms part of the emerging proposals for the London Golf Club. This will include the provision of community sports infrastructure. The MCT is in dialogue with the London Golf Club about the prospect of utilising the facility to operate some of its programmes, and the MCT understand this will be the subject of a planning application to be made later in 2024. So literally London Golf Club is kind of, again, like I said, maybe like donating. This is because it's a charity, they donate this and it helps them out. They're going to let Mill Community Trust maybe build like an AstroTurf pitch on a bit of their land, and they let them use it. Because obviously, even though MCT is working in West Kingsdown, when this training ground does get built, if it does get built, they're not really good. They're not, this training facilities for Millwall Football Club. The MCT won't be using it at all, as far as the planning application said. So they have to literally go out into the community and find other places to do what they want to do. They're not going to be in the training ground. You're not going to have all these little kids coming into the training ground and doing all this charity stuff. It's not happening. So yeah, you can see it here. So this is all the stuff. Since this is a summary of stuff that they've done, we just read this. I just went through it all. 55 football kits have been supplied to West Kingsdown for PE lessons. So all of the old junk from the club shop, again, donation to charity. Nudge nudge. Meetings with all local schools. Well, they said they contacted them. They say they met with them. So there you go. So this is what they're gonna do going forward. Basically continue what they're doing. We mentioned this before on the channel. Run weekly cricket sessions on behalf of Kent County Cricket Club. Again, so they get money. They get money from Kent County Cricket Club, and they get to do cricket stuff on behalf of them. And they do that. Walking cricket. Okay. Well, if you hit sixes, you can walk where you want. You know what I mean? It's a skill issue. Deliver cricket sessions. Ongoing meetings. More giveaways. Match day tickets. Etc. Etc. Presentations take place at Swanley Youth Club for young people around the power of sport. So that was up to September. That was for autumn. This one coming up now is for winter. Intervention programs for antisocial behaviour spots. Again, more camps. So establish a Sevenoaks mentoring steering group to support local organisations with the mentoring of young people. Working with the police and YOT to identify antisocial behaviour hotspots, and they can deliver positive youth engagement programs, which I said about that terrible story about the geezer in the boat. Specifically target families who use the cupboard food bank to offer free match tickets for EFL Championship matches. Again, like I said, if they're using a food bank, are you going to give them a lift to the ground? Maybe you can talk to the train company and get them free tickets as a charity donation. Free train tickets, I don't know. So yeah, and it goes on until next year. You can see basically keep doing what they're going to do. And then they said in March 2025, organise walking sports for 45-year-olds plus, and etc. And then again, more free tickets by next year, by next summer. Basically carry on what they're already doing. Then they're going to start doing with the health programs about smoking, obesity, men's health, cancer, etc. Initiate programs around getting participants into work, CV writing, qualifications, interview planning, work experience, upskilling, and then sporting sessions in schools, etc., etc., etc. Lunchtime clubs in schools. So MCT to come in during the lunchtime with some equipment and stuff that the kids can use and do something. And here's the thing. So MCT will design and deliver a sports teacher mentoring program for current staff within schools. The program will leave a sporting legacy at the school once the funding has ceased. On completion of the program, mentoring staff will be able to basically do what MCT does. And then again with the free tickets, I would say, mate, obviously what they're doing is a good thing, but like I said with the food program, giving free tickets to people who are using a food program and then having them have to pay train tickets or whatever to come up to the den. How about giving free tickets to football clubs, junior football clubs? Because obviously you see the junior clubs coming to the ground at the den. Sometimes they're waving the flags as the players come out. You can see them walking around at half time. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Just because obviously you would imagine they would have their own transport sorted because they drive hither and thither to games. So MCT will support local football clubs with coaching sessions, mentoring coaches, etc., etc., etc. And this is the plan. So they had to write this plan out as part of the conditions, and this plan needs to be improved by the management board when established and Sevenoaks District Council. And that's just the sports development. They have to. For some reason, they've charged Mill with improving the economic development of West Kingsdown, like Mill or some kind of gurus in business. But yeah, apparently, so they have to do training and stuff. Don't know how they're going to do that. I guess they can work with some other charity that does skills and stuff. So yeah, there you go. That's it. Very dry, very boring. And if you're still here listening or watching, thank you and goodbye.